What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. This time we are going to be previewing the Manchester City match against Brighton at Wembley for the big FA Cup semi-final. Now, this is for a place at the FA Cup final, also at Wembley. The match is at Wembley Stadium. We're expecting 70 to 80,000 fans, a lot of fans that. VAR in use, 5:30 PM GMT kickoff time. Should be a very good game. The game is live on BBC One if you can't make the game for whatever reason. And so, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it'll be a very entertaining game. I think it'll be a very close game. I'm not expecting it to be a walk in the park. So we'll go have a look at our opponents first. Brighton and Knockaert and Murray were rested on Wednesday night. They didn't start at Stamford Bridge in the game that they lost 3-0. So I should imagine they'll probably start in this game. I'm expecting Pröper in the middle, Dale Stevens. I'm expecting Ryan to go in net. They've got a strong defence in Bong, Dunk, Duffy. This is a solid team that, in my opinion, in 15th place, only 5 points clear of relegation, doesn't truly reflect how good that team is, and in my opinion should be doing a little bit better. They're a very strong team, very physical team, a team that's capable of holding Manchester City and being able to cause us a lot of problems with their power in the team. And so we need to take it, well, very seriously, in my opinion, this game. This isn't a walk in the park. I know everyone's expecting Manchester City to win this game, but it's an FA Cup semi-final, anything can go. Brighton's bringing a lot of fans down, and so everyone's going to be motivated, and so it'll be interesting to see how Brighton approach this game. It'll be interesting to see how Manchester City deal with this too. It's one of them games where I feel like Man City have to score first, because should they concede first, they're going to find this game very difficult with them sitting deeper and deeper. The pitch at Wembley is massive, and so it's very difficult to be able to create clear-cut chances. So when you do manage to create 2 or 3, you need to put them away. Let's not forget, we've already been 0-0'd at Wembley this season in the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. They put in a wonderful defensive performance, kept us out for 120 minutes, and we struggled to create many clear-cut chances. We beat Tottenham 1-0 at Wembley in a game, again, that we struggled to create many clear-cut chances, and so if they go ahead, we're going to find this game very difficult. This is one of them games where I think it will be very close, and I don't think it will be a walk in the park for Manchester City. Manchester City in the last round, though, to get through, we beat Swansea 3-2 after being 2-0 down. We're not the only team to have done a comeback against a championship team, because, well, like our opponents, Brighton and Hove Albion, they were also 2-0 down away at the Den against Millwall, and they ended up coming back and drawing the game and taking it to penalties and ended up winning from there. And so that's the situation. That's why we're facing each other. Obviously, the semi-final, if you're wondering, is Wolves versus Watford. City in this game, we're in the East End at Wembley. The boring end, by the way. Brighton fans have got the West End there, so they get to enjoy some of the very nice pubs that there is at Wembley. Now, in terms of form for Manchester City, we just like winning. We lost one game in all of 2019, and we've also only drawn one game, that 0-0 against Chelsea, where we ended up winning the Cup. And so we regard that as a win, and so that only negative result was that match against Newcastle, in a match that I felt we should have won the game. We just didn't put our chances away. So this is a game where we need to put our chances away. Now for Brighton, they're a bit hit and miss, in my opinion. Last 2 Premier League games have not scored in them, either of them. They lost 1-0 at home against Southampton, bad result, down at the bottom of the Premier League, and then in midweek lost to Chelsea 3-0, so they're not scored in the last 2 games. So they're looking to rectify that. They've got a lot of fans coming down to Wembley. It's a big, big game for them. They'll be motivated, the fans will be motivated, it'll be a good atmosphere, and it'll be a good time for the Brighton fans, and so this makes it potentially a very tricky game, a banana skin if you like, because they are the underdogs, Brighton, going into this game. Manchester City are expected to win this game. They're expected to win the Cup, and it's going to be far from straightforward, in my opinion. We're going with that attitude that we're going to win the Cup and it's ours to lose. Then we are going to lose that. We can't be doing that. Pep knows this, the team know this, so hopefully it'll demonstrate that on the pitch. For team news for Manchester City, no Zinchenko. It is a hamstring injury. Not had it confirmed how long he's out for just yet. It will be weeks. How many weeks? Not too sure. Maybe we might get some clarification on that in Pep's press conference today. I don't know. We're probably not going to have any Aguero for this game. He will be rested for that Tottenham game. His injury isn't serious. If we needed him to start in this game, he'd be able to. But I feel like Sergio Aguero will probably be rested for this game. Might be in the squad, might not. I'm not too sure. But I imagine he'll probably be starting for the match against Tottenham on Tuesday night in the Champions League quarter-final first leg. So we've got lots of big games coming up. It's a busy time of the year. Very tiring for all the players, so expect a lot of rotation for every game that we'll play. Not just this game, but for every game too. Another problem we've got, because Zinchenko's injured, who's going to go in at left back? Walker, as far as I'm concerned, will probably be starting at right back. Him and Danilo both picked up little knocks, but I don't think there was anything serious. I think they've both been training, so I imagine that we probably will see both of them. However, if Danilo needs a rest or Walker needs a rest, we have got Laporte that can go in at left back. I'm presuming Delphi's still injured, and Benjamin Mendy I have no idea about. Benjamin Mendy won't come in and start this game. I 100% guarantee you of that, because he's not played many games. He needs to be eased back into it. A couple of substitute appearances like Kevin De Bruyne was, and so Mendy, if he is fit to play football now, then he should be on the bench and coming on later in this game if things are going well, or if he's needed, and bring him on to be able to get a good cameo appearance, get 15-20 minutes under his belt, maybe in the next week or so be able to get a few more minutes on the pitch from another substitute appearance, or maybe 1 or 2 weeks time he might be fit to start a game. I don't know. Another talking point, will we see Phil Foden start in this game? Obviously played in the Premier League midweek, had a very good game in my opinion, so if he was to get more starts, and this is one of the games that I'd potentially see Phil Foden getting a start in, let's face it, he hasn't looked out of place when playing for Manchester City, looks very comfortable in the middle, and so it might be a case of, why not? When we played at Wembley against Chelsea, if you remember back in the Community Shield, back at the early ends of August, Phil Foden, in my opinion, was one of the, if not the best player on the pitch. And the big pitch suited him with his passing style of football and his wide range of passing. And so this game might suit him. I don't know. Will we see him keep his place in the starting 11? Wouldn't that be wonderful? It really would. Like I said, just keep an eye on the Champions League that we've got coming up, because it's going to be difficult with rotation and everything. Who's going to start in that game? Surely some of the players that are starting in this Brighton game won't be starting against Tottenham. And some of the players will have started in midweek and also last weekend against Fulham too. So we've got so many games, it's unreal. It makes it very difficult in being able to predict what Manchester City team's going to go out, and also with the injuries too. Makes it very difficult. So take your pick basically. But score prediction, I'm going to go for 2-0 Manchester City. It wouldn't surprise me if this was closer and it was both teams to score. If it finished 1-1, went to extra time, even to penalties, if it finished 2-1 Manchester City. I'll tell you one thing right now, it wouldn't surprise me if Brighton nicked this game either, particularly as the game goes on and Manchester City will be feeling these games that we've been playing and the games coming ahead too. It might feel it in the legs, and so Brighton will want to hold out and stay in this game. Even if they're 1-0 down, they're still in the game. Let's not forget that Wigan FA Cup final, where they managed to keep Manchester City out right up until the last minute. Corner comes in, header, and there we go, the rest is history. And Brighton might be looking to replicate that. They might look to try and play like Swansea did, where they just ran through Manchester City. So they're going to need a little bit of pace in the team to be able to do that. The pitch at Wembley is big and tiring. Manchester City will just pass it about and look to create 2 or 3 good opportunities in the game, and hoping to put 1 or 2 of them away to try and win the game. That's what I imagine this game will be about. Brighton go ahead in this game. This game will be extremely difficult for Manchester City. Like I said, we didn't create many opportunities against Chelsea. We didn't create many opportunities against Tottenham either when we placed them at Wembley. I imagine this will be something similar. Because the pitch is that big, we won't have put out many passes either. We tend to put out 700-800. This will be somewhere between 500-600, maybe just over 600 possibly, but it won't be much more. And so that's a reflection of how big the Wembley pitch is and how tiring it can be. It's difficult, it is. In my opinion, the FA Cup semi-final shouldn't really be at Wembley. Wembley's for cup finals, but there we go. This game should really have been in the Midlands, but, you know, that's for another video, really. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now, and I've gone for Edison to start in goal rather than Maric Bravo. Is coming back, but he won't be starting, or probably be on the bench for this game. Like I said, I've gone for Walker and Danilo. Possibly might see Laporte go there, but I'd have thought, because he's played the last couple of games, he'd be given a rest, in my opinion. Company's featured on the bench. I'm not aware that Otamendi or Company's got any problems, and so I've gone for them two at centre-back to allow Stones to have another little bit of a rest, and also Laporte, obviously. Gone for Gundogan to go in the middle and sit in defensive midfield. Like I said, this Wembley pitch is nice and big. City will be playing very offensively, so Gundogan, when we've been playing him in that position, win games with situations like that. In general, he's been very good in my opinion, and so it allows Fernandinho to have a rest and then start against Tottenham for the game coming up on Tuesday. I've gone for Phil Foden to have a start. Why not? Why not? Kevin De Bruyne has played the last couple of games. Surely he has to have a rest in this game. He's only just come back from injury. He has to be rested for this game. Could see Fernandinho, Gundogan and possibly David Silva in the midfield like that. Last time we played that, though, it didn't look that brilliant. We played it a lot last season. It looked excellent. But when we went back to it earlier this season, I think it was like before the international break sometime. I can't remember who the game was against when we played it. The midfield just looked a little disjointed and didn't look like they knew what they were doing that much. So, yeah. Maybe we might see that, maybe we're not. I've gone for David Silva to start. He had a rest in the last game, so that's why I've gone for David Silva. we need to create opportunities, and he's one of the best at creating opportunities. De Bruyne I put on the bench, and so bring De Bruyne on if needed. And I've gone for Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. Sergio Aguero won't start in this game, so I've gone for Jesus. And I've gone for Sterling and Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva had a rest in his last game. He's another very creative, skillful player that can create a lot of opportunities. And so I've gone for Bernardo Silva for this game, and I've gone for Raheem Sterling on the other wing. So there we go. That has been my team prediction. So let me know your team predictions in the comments below, along with your score predictions. Whew, tiring, isn't it, all these games? We've got plenty more to come up too. So that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, so I know that you liked the video. Don't forget, you can press the red button and subscribe, help support my channel. We've smashed past 2,500 subscribers, so I think our next aim we'll look for is to get to 3,000. I know it's not realistic that I'm going to hit that anytime soon, but we might hit it in the next couple of months, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. And don't forget, you can go check out my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below, as well as popping up on the screen. If you want to go and search for me on there and go and follow me on there, any help towards number gains on there would be much appreciated. And on here too, so make sure you subscribe, press the bell and put your push notifications on. So I'll see you all again for the next video. We'll have an analysis up of this FA Cup semi-final up tomorrow after the game, so stay tuned for that one, and fingers crossed we come out with the win, we get to the FA Cup final, and we still won't be talking about that magical Q word. So, it's been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, Blues. Anyone travelling down to Wembley, I hope you have an absolutely amazing time there. Any Brighton fans heading to Wembley, I hope you have a great day too. But personal point of view from a City fan, hope we win and not you. So there we go, it's been the video, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Peace. Ciao for now.